Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Cloud and AI Analytics. Hope everyone is doing good. I'm Vignesh and in this video we are going to discuss and implement an event driven pipeline. So where the source will publish the message into our Cloud PubSub topic, and once the message got published, right, it is not a continuous message or it is not a batch processing message. Basically it is kind of an ad hoc. Whenever the source published, right, that when this particular event happens, our cloud function will trigger, and whatever the message which got published inside our cloud PubSub, it will be written into cloud BigQuery. Basically it's a simple event driven architecture. These are the services we'll be using as part of this particular lab. So cloud PubSub, cloud run functions generation 2, and internally it invokes event arc trigger, that is considered or that act as an processing layer. And BigQuery is where the data will be finally written into for further analytic purpose. And if there is some error, like that will be captured and it will be taken care by cloud PubSub data letter queue for failed processing data. And the entire architecture is built via Terraform, and we will be using Terraform to deploy this particular. So now we will discuss the architecture of this particular pipeline. So here you can see the source, the message from the source will be published into cloud PubSub, and once the message lands inside this cloud PubSub, right, our cloud functions will be triggered, and internally it uses event arc as the trigger, and that will be the processing layer. The source code of this cloud function, it is taken or it is deployed via Terraform. It got published into cloud storage bucket. So the source code for this particular cloud function generation 2, it will be coming from this particular cloud storage bucket. And finally, after processing, it will be writing the data into cloud BigQuery. And if there is any failed processing, it will be taken care by this dead letter queue. And all the process, everything, right, it is logged via cloud logging, and we are using Google Cloud as our cloud provider, and the entire infrastructure is built using Terraform. Now I'll walk you through the source codes. So first we will discuss about the Terraform script file. The first file which we are going to discuss is provider.tf. So this is where we will be installing the required versions of Terraform and Google Cloud Provider. The next to this, we will be discussing the main.tf. Basically, we are enabling the APIs. So everything is taken care via Terraform only. So all the APIs will be enabled as part of this particular main.tf. Now we will get into this BigQuery.tf file. So here we are creating two things. One is the BigQuery dataset, and the next one is BigQuery table. And BigQuery table internally it uses this schema. So the schema is ID, which is required, and the type is string. The next one is payload. Again, it is a string, but the mode is nullable. The third one is received at. Basically, this is the timestamp, and this is also a required column. So this is what the schema of the BigQuery table will look like. Whatever the data which we publish on Cloud PubSub, right? After processing it via Cloud Functions Run 2 or Cloud Functions Generation 2, finally the process data, you will be able to find it inside this payload. Now we will discuss the Cloud Function Generation 2. So basically in Cloud Function, or now it is known as Cloud Run function, it has two types. One is Gen 1 and Gen 2. Basically we are using Generation 2. So here you can see the name, project, location, and we are using Python 3.11, that is 3.11 as our runtime, and the entry point will be PubSub to BigQuery. The entry point is nothing but the cloud functions, like main file, right? Like we will have the function here as PubSub to BigQuery. The same thing we'll be using, or we are using it as our entry point. And the source is basically the script file, whatever you have written, right? It is pushed to cloud storage bucket, and from cloud storage bucket we are moving it into cloud function generation 2. So that is the bucket name, object, and the generation. And the next one is service config, like we are using the available memory, timeout seconds, maximum instance count, and the ingress setting we are using only allow internal IP addresses. The environment variables, we are setting three things as environment variables. One is the BigQuery dataset, BigQuery table, and project ID. Nothing is hard coded, everything is completely config driven. And the service account and the event trigger. So this is our the processing way. So event trigger we have adding it in, and then it depends on the required APIs and function. So this is what Cloud Function Generation 2 does. The next one is GCP IAM, where we are creating our service account, and then we are giving roles like data editor, log writer, and object viewer to that particular service account. The next two is GCS. So here we are creating a cloud storage bucket in the name of this one. And the next one is we are packaging the function into zip file. So basically this main.py requirements.txt, right? We are functioning into a zip file known as function.zip, and this particular function Google storage bucket object will take this particular function.zip into the respective cloud storage bucket. From there, the cloud storage bucket, it will be moved into the cloud function generation 2 code. So this is what we are creating as part of this file. Main.tf I have already explained. The next one is outputs.tf. This is basically to understand what is the PubSub topic, what is the BigQuery table. It will be displayed in the console. The next one is like PubSub.tf. Here we are creating two PubSub topic and one subscription. So this is the main PubSub topic where the source will publish the data inside this particular topic and the respective subscription here. And the next one is terraform.tfos variable like project ID, region, location, topic name, dataset name, table name, and function name. We are keeping it here. The next one is variables. We have defined all the variables which we are using in this Terraform script. So this is what the Terraform script is. Now I'll explain you what is the Python script file looks like. So basically it is a very simple. We are just reading the data as it is from Cloud PubSub and we are inserting it into BigQuery. That is what we are doing, nothing else. So we are importing few packages and these are the environmental variables which we are configured as part of this cloud function, right? Here if you see we are setting few environmental variables. The same thing I'm reading it here, and BigQuery client, I'm creating the client for BigQuery and directly I'm reading the data. So first one is as an event. From event I'm reading the data. If the message is not present in the data, then we are raising an error, and if the data is not present in the message, then also we are raising the error. And the next one is it's very simple, like we are loading the data, decoding it, and then finally splitting the data ID, payload, received it, and finally inserting it into BigQuery table. So this is what we are doing as part of our Cloud Function Generation 2, and requirements.txt, you are just implementing the package. That's it. And this is the JSON message which I'm going to publish inside our Cloud PubSub topic. Since we don't have the entire setup, I'll be publishing this message inside our Cloud PubSub topic. So this message you can assume that we will get it from the upstream team, basically the source team. So now we will get into the action. First thing is I should configure it into my gcloud set project, like gcloud config set project and project ID. You can list it and you will be able to find all the three files: JSON, readme.md, and Terraform. I'll get into Terraform and I'll use Terraform init. So once I execute it, it will install all the required plugins. And here you can see .terraform is there, and if you expand it, you will be able to find archive versions, Google version, all the respective things you will be able to find it here. Now we will be using the Terraform validate to validate whether whatever the code which I've written, right, everything is correct or not. So I'll just execute a Terraform validate. Here you can see success, the configuration is valid. So it is clear. Now we will get into Terraform format. So it will just format if there is any change in the format. Now we will execute Terraform plan. So it will create a particular plan to install this particular setup, whatever we've done. So here you can see functions.zip is ready. Function.zip is ready, like which I told you, right? This GCS function will do this data archive file, right? This particular step has done this thing, function.zip, then this will be moved into our cloud storage bucket once our Terraform apply is successful. So here you can see it is planning to add 22, 0 to change and 0 to destroy. So first what I'll do is I'll get into BigQuery. I just want to show you we are doing it from the scratch. That is what I'm trying to show you here. So I'll just go to this terraform.tf. Here you can see the dataset name, events underscore dataset, and the table. There is no such thing, and we will get into PubSub now. So we'll get into PubSub and you will be able to see there is no topics or no subscriptions here. That there is no topics and there is no subscriptions as well. Yes. And now I'll open my cloud storage bucket. So what is the name of the bucket which we are going to create is basically the project ID and followed by functions deploy and the bucket suffix, which we are getting it from this. So here you can see there is no such buckets as well. Everything is clean. So now I'll go to this console. I'll come back here, Terraform, apply. I'll just do auto approve. So this will create the services, all the required 22 services, it will be created and it will take some time. So I'll pause the video and then once it is created, I'll resume from there. So after 4 minutes, you can see everything is completed. So totally it has created 22 resources and here you can see the BigQuery table, date letter topic, function bucket, function name and PubSub topic. So now we will get into the console and we will cross check the same. So before proceeding that, just want to show you the terraform.tf state file. Here you can see the terraform's tf state file here, version 4 terraform version, you can find all the details. So now I'll get into my console, I'll show you. First we will get into BigQuery and here you will be able to see a table called event underscore dataset. Not table, it's a dataset. Events underscore dataset and it has table events underscore table. So basically this has three schemas: ID, payload, receive, and here you can see required, nullable, and required. So it doesn't have any data as of now. Now we will get into Cloud PubSub. So PubSub, here you can see it should have two resources. I'll just refresh it. Here you can see events topic and events topic DLQ, and it will have one subscriptions. Events topic should have one subscription. We can confirm that. I'll just click on it and here you can see subscriptions. So this is the subscription events topic sub which we are creating as part of our Terraform code. The next one is cloud storage bucket. Before that, I'll get into IAM and admin, and we should see a service account which we have created for this purpose. So GCP IAM function SC. So the same thing you will get into IAM and admin, and you should find the same thing here. Here you can see function service account PubSub BigQuery. Now we will get into cloud storage bucket. As part of this, you should see two buckets. Yes, you are able to see two buckets, right? And everything is created today, 16 November 12:56. The same thing you will be able to find it here. So this is the bucket which we created from Terraform. So function source zip, which we moved it from here to there. Function zip, right? We moved that to here function source zip. This particular bucket, which is not created by us, but which is created by Cloud Functions, like this particular script file. This will create the other Cloud Function where you will read the data. So the data, right, the source file will be read from the actual source bucket to this, from here to Cloud Function Generation 2. So the same thing you will be able to find function source dot zip. Now I'll get into Cloud Functions, Cloud Run Functions. I'll just click on this and you will be able to see one PubSub to BigQuery function. US Central one, you can find all the details here. You can just get into this. So metrics, logs, all the details you can find it here. And this is the endpoint, scaling, and region is US Central one. The revisions, basically we have only one revision as of now. Container like billing, startup, you can find that all the details here. Image, base image, and the source. Basically, if you just check this, right? So GCF version 2 sources, the same thing you will be able to find it in cloud storage bucket as well. So GCF version 2 sources, the same thing you will be able to find it here. And these are the environment variables as well. And moving on to the next one, volumes, you will not find much. Networking and security. So this is the service account which we created and it has three roles. And the YAML for this particular Cloud Functions Generation 2. The source code, you will be able to find it here. So whatever you are seeing it here, right? The same thing you will be able to find it here as well, and the requirements.txt. The triggers, so here you can see PubSub trigger, cloud storage trigger, Firestore trigger, other event arc trigger, and that same details you will be able to find it here. Event arc trigger inside this PubSub to BigQuery function, and event provider is Cloud PubSub. Event type, you can find all the details here. And now we will get into Cloud PubSub. Go to this sample message. I'll copy this, and this is the main topic, and I'm going to this message. So directly get into message, publish message, and we are going to publish 10 messages. Just click on this publish. So all the 10 messages are published successfully. Now we have to cross check whether we are able to see it in Cloud BigQuery. And meanwhile, you can just open cloud logging as well to cross check whether there is no error on, to be in a safer side. So just click on cloud logging and just do it for last 5 minutes. So let it be for last 5 minutes, and yeah, there is no error. Ideally it should work now. So we'll just get into BigQuery. You can just do one refresh contents, events data, and the table is events table, and you should see 10 records. Yes, here you can see the 10 records. So ID, payload, and receiver. Basically, this two is required and it is taken care by the respective or cloud function generation tool, and this is the actual message which we published. So that's it for this video. Whenever there is a message published in this PubSub topic, if it is clean and if there is no error, it will be directly written into BigQuery. If you have any questions, any doubts, please post that in the comment section. I'll take a look at it and reply to it as soon as possible. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to Cloud and AI Analytics. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, it's bye from Vignesh. Happy learning.